Y'all, Angie Stone has barely been buried, and there is already a lot of drama and chaos in her family because her daughter Diamond is being dragged to filth by fans for disrespecting Angie's legacy. Now, we know that Angie had her issues with Diamond a couple of years ago, but we don't know exactly what their relationship was like in the years and even months leading to her passing, which is why fans feel like Diamond is bringing shame to Angie. This happened after Diamond was caught begging fans for money after Angie passed, and this had people talking about how Angie left her children broke and didn't make plans for them to be taken care of after she passed away. Now, we've all heard the reports of how Angie was being robbed blind by some people that she trusted to have her best interests at heart. So does this mean that she was broke before she died? Or is her daughter just lying in order to scam fans? Let's break this tea down. Okay, so this drama has fans split about what's right or not, because while some people think that it's super tacky of Diamond to be begging fans for money, especially from fans who aren't even that rich themselves. Other people don't think that she's doing anything wrong because funerals can be expensive and the family needs all the help that they can get from whenever. But then it's not hard to see why some fans are being skeptical because Diamond and Angie had their issues back in the day. It was so messy that Angie even got arrested and charged after she and Diamond got into a fight, and Angie knocked out a few of Diamond's teeth. Child, Angie clearly isn't the one you want to play with. According to reports, the two women got into an altercation after Angie told Diamond to get her children under control. They started arguing, and that's when a physical altercation started to occur. Angie claimed that Diamond was the one who had thrown hands first, hitting Angie with a closed fist. Now, I don't know why Diamond thought that it was okay for her to hit her mama like that, but she clearly effed around and found out, because not only did Angie hit her back, but she hit her with a metal stand, knocking out Diamond's two front teeth in the process. According to reports, Angie told police that she didn't realize she had hit her daughter with the stand. And once she realized this, she quickly put the stand down and attempted to get away from Miss Diamond Stone. Miss Angie Stone then stated while she tried to get away from Miss Diamond Stone, continued to come after her until her friend intervened. Both women were arrested, but Diamond wasn't booked. Angie, on the other hand, was booked on a charge of domestic aggravated assault. However, Angie denied that she knocked Diamond's teeth out. She did admit to the fight, but she claimed that Diamond's teeth were already falling out anyways. She said, "No, I did not knock out my daughter's teeth. I think that in her defense, the tooth had probably fell out because one had fallen out a week prior to that tooth coming out. And when you have an altercation as such, you can bite down on your lip, and if a tooth is already brittle and decaying, it's coming out. You know when you fighting, you doing something with your mouth." She also hinted that things weren't so good between her and Diamond and that she didn't regret fighting Diamond. She said, "It's not that I'm proud of it, but you're not going to fight me in my house. You're not going to fight me, period. I am your mother, and that's how that go." So given their strained relationship, fans find it weird that Diamond was quick to hop on social media to ask for money after Angie passed, and fans accused her of trying to profit off her mom's death. However, Diamond denied begging for money and claimed that the only reason she even posted her Cash App in the first place was that fans were in her DMs and her comments asking her to drop her Cash App details because they wanted to support the family.
For y'all watching, I've been seeing some stuff on the internet, but I'm not in internet mode. I posted my Cash App today because people were asking where they could send money to us. Because of all the scams and all the things that's been going on, I posted my Cash App. If you want to donate, donate. If you don't. All that negative, where her money at, why she doing this, it don't matter why I'm doing it. Some of y'all have no respect for the dead or their family. Some of y'all have no idea what we going through. So I'm saying this one time, and one time only. If you don't want to send no money, keep your nasty comments to yourself. Because now ain't the time.
Now, it's not surprising to think that fans would want to help support the family because Angie had some diehard fans throughout her career, and her fans did not play about her. Also, she was open about how much she loved her family and how hard she tried to work to support them all financially. In an interview from a couple of years ago, she opened up about why she couldn't afford to retire after years in the industry, saying, I have a family to feed. I have 2 kids and 2 grandkids. I have no husband. I have 1 parent that I take care of, so I can't quit because they all depend on me. Whereas I would like to settle down and have an easy life, it's almost impossible because so much of the weight is on me. I keep on going because of my family. So yeah, she kept going and going because of her family, and she literally worked until her last day on earth, which says a lot about her incredible work ethic. But given all her years of hard work and showing up, why on earth did fans still feel like her family needed financial support? After all, she was quite successful and should have had a lot of money set to the side for her loved ones, right? Well, not exactly. See, a couple of weeks before she passed away, Angie made some shocking revelations claiming that some very powerful people had been stealing from her and cheating her for years before she found out and had to speak up. In the final weeks of her life, Angie was preparing to take legal action against UMG over missing royalty payments. After years of being undervalued and underpaid, she had finally reached her limit. She wasn't just frustrated, she was ready to fight. For too long, she had been putting in the work, creating music, performing, and building her brand, while the money she rightfully earned wasn't making its way to her. She had decided enough was enough. From her point of view, nearly everyone in her professional circle had failed her. Her management, the people who were supposed to have her back, didn't step up the way they should have. Instead of protecting her interests, they let things slide, allowing the label to take full advantage. And the label, well, they might actually be the worst because they allegedly pocketed millions, all while she kept grinding, giving her all to her career with little to show for it financially. It was as if she was carrying the entire weight of her success, putting her heart and soul into her craft, while those around her simply sat back and reaped the benefits. Despite it all, she wasn't about to stay silent. Angie was gearing up for a battle, determined to hold the industry accountable and take back control of what was rightfully hers. Unfortunately, she didn't get the chance to see that fight through. But the fact that she was even ready to take that step speaks volumes about her resilience and refusal to let injustice slide. She wrote, "I've just discovered something that's been hidden in the dark for too long. My publishing was stolen. And guess what? I know exactly who did it. But don't get it twisted. I'm coming for you, all the dogs who thought they could take what's mine. Trust, I'm ready." Just like Jamie Foxx said, what had happened was, well, now it's my turn to share my testimony. It's a new chapter, and you can bet the truth is coming to light. Stay tuned. Unfortunately, she passed away before she got to fight, and the timing of it all was suspicious, leading fans to wonder if there was more to the story than met the eye. However, this explains why fans were willing to donate to her family after she passed, because it didn't sound like she had that much money before passing. Well, fans had a lot to say about the fact that Angie was still financially supporting her grown children and the fact that her daughter was collecting money from internet strangers. They left comments saying, Angie was still working till her last day on earth, financially supporting people who should have been independent. Angie Stone was a class act. She will be missed. It's time for her grown children to be grown. And why is she taking care of adult children and their children? That's too much stress and pressure on one human being. They need to support themselves and stop begging for money on the internet. Shaking my head. But I want to know how y'all feel about this, so drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.